Good afternoon and welcome to From Where We Are, stories of news and culture through the lens of Southern California and USC. I'm Liam Wadey.
And I'm Sophia Ainsworth. We're coming to you live from Studio B in USC's Annenberg Media Center. It's Thursday, April 2nd, 2026.
On today's show, we hurry to get our Olympic pre-sale tickets, hear how the partnership between Reese's and Hershey's has grown bitter, and we jam out with our live from the Halo guest, Sophia Condon. All that and more on
From Where We Are. But first, today's headlines. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been a staunch Trump loyalist. Here she is in February.
Have you apologized to President Trump, all of you who participated in those impeachment hearings against Donald Trump? That's what we should be focused on.
That's from a hearing where she defended the Department of Justice's handling of files involving Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted sex offender. She also defended President Trump, who was mentioned in the files. Nonetheless, today, Bondi was fired from Trump's cabinet. In a statement on Truth Social, Trump applauded Bondi for her work on overseeing, quote, a massive crackdown in crime across our country, and said, quote, we love Pam. Todd Blanche will now serve as the acting attorney general.
As the war with Iran continues, President Emmanuel Macron of France criticized President Trump's contradictory rhetoric over the attacks, saying, quote, when you want to be serious, you don't say every day the opposite of what you said the day before. Macron said this after landing in South Korea for a state visit. The French president also shared that Trump's dismissive remarks of potentially leaving NATO undermine the substance of the alliance. Last night, Santa Cruz experienced a magnitude 4.6 earthquake. Residents near Boulder Creek reported feeling the shake, as did people in San Ramon, Fremont, Burlingame, and Los Gatos. There are no reports of major damages or injuries. Residents of the Bay Area should be aware that smaller aftershocks are likely to occur in the coming days.
And from right here in Los Angeles, a pair of UCLA research briefs say that student homelessness spiked in a single school year. LA County saw a 28% increase in high school students facing housing insecurity from the 2022-23 school year to the following academic year. And those are some of the top stories in the news. The city of Los Angeles is in for a series of sporting events. The Olympics are 2 years away and the ticket lottery has just begun. The first round of pre-sale opened yesterday to Los Angeles residents. But if World Cup soccer is more your thing, tickets to the FIFA World Cup are easier to come by, although expensive. Cara Williams reports.
LA residents who enter the ticket lottery wait with anticipation to see if they'll get a chance to actually buy tickets to the Olympic Games. PhD student Megan Winsler hopes that if she gets selected, there will still be gymnastics tickets available.
I've already heard people saying that they weren't selected for the first round of tickets yet. I haven't gotten anything, so I'm hopeful that I hopefully got selected to purchase tickets.
People lucky enough to be chosen are able to buy up to 12 tickets, some as low as $28 each. But if it's the World Cup soccer games you'd like to attend, you might be in luck. A match at SoFi Stadium still has thousands of tickets available. The match did not sell as well as expected. Maybe that's because prices are up to nearly $3,000 a seat. Chase Williams is a freshman business admin major.
My budget for the World Cup, honestly, it would probably be a little bit higher than the Olympics just because of how significant of an event it is. So I would say $350 is my max.
That may or may not be enough. Yesterday, thousands of people waited hours to get into the FIFA ticket portal. Many were sent to the wrong place and forced to re-enter the queue. Enrique Castillo is a senior studying business.
So there was a raffle for the World Cup, which we entered ourselves as well, but we didn't get. So we just kind of had to reach out to other people who did and did get tickets.
If you want to go to the Olympics or the World Cup, start planning now and start saving up. For Annenberg Media, I'm Cara Williams.
And you know what time it is, Liam. It's hot take o'clock. So my question for you today is, do you prefer your chocolate sweet or savory? Because, you know, these days, people are up in arms about what's good, what's not.
For me, I gotta keep it sweet. I gotta keep it sweet over savory. I'm a sweet guy.
Oh, yeah, I totally get that. I also know that, like, the chocolate tempering process can be kind of difficult if the chocolate doesn't cooperate. So I get it.
I get it, too.
And speaking of chocolate,
And speaking of chocolate, on some days, nothing tastes better than a classic Hershey's chocolate bar, you know? But now, the staple American chocolate has left a bad taste in a certain critic's mouth. Tyler Kaslaka has the story.
Reese's peanut butter cups have always been made with real milk chocolate or dark chocolate and peanut butter. But a few of Hershey's and Reese's products, like their mini Easter eggs, are now made with a coating that contains less chocolate. Easter time, of course, is one of their busiest seasons. And just this week, the grandson of the creator of Reese's, Brad Reese, called out the company for changing the classic formula. A social media outcry followed, and the company CEO Kirk Tanner announced that Reese's and Hershey's will go back to using real milk chocolate by next year. But that's not in time for this year's Easter eggs, the chocolate ones. Amrita Vora is a USC communications grad student.
Just the fact that the main element of the candy is being called into question is probably not the greatest.
And she's one of their greatest fans.
I like the mini peanut butter cups a lot, so that's what I get pretty often.
Hershey's company offered Annenberg a statement saying, "We are not changing Hershey's and Reese's recipes. One of the enhancements we shared was moving a very small number of offerings in our portfolios, less than 3%, to the classic recipes of our core brands." Mesa Sori is a film major. She says real chocolate or chocolate compound, she likes her Reese's.
It's genuinely my favorite chocolate, I would say. I probably have it it's my go-to gas station snack and go-to movie snack. And as long as it tastes the same, I will continue being a customer, a loyal customer.
Well, if she doesn't care, do you? Here's wishing you great success if you're hunting for Easter eggs, chocolate, or compound. For Annenberg Media, I'm Tyler Kaslaka.
I'm Liam Wadey. We're glad you're with us for From Where We Are.
And I'm Sophia Ainsworth. It's 9 minutes past the hour. Coming up, we find out how tariffs are impacting students, blast off into a space mission over 50 years in the making, and sit down with the one and only Sophia Condon. Stay with us. One year after what President Donald Trump called, quote, Liberation Day, many of the tariffs he announced on imports then have been overturned. But new ones have taken their place. How have students been feeling the economic pinch? Nicholas Corral has the story.
Trump said the tariffs would bring jobs and factories roaring back to the United States. But Acton Motzik, a freshman majoring in philosophy, politics, and law, said he doesn't see it like that.
Yeah, we've seen companies launch investment for new manufacturing hubs in the U.S., whatever. But I don't believe that the tariffs naturally created that. I just think that the tariffs in themselves have been a way to bully countries into submitting to whatever the Trump regime wants.
A March bulletin by the European Central Bank says U.S. consumers are paying about a third of the cost of tariffs. It warned that could rise to 50% as importers pass along more of the cost. And even from the moment the tariffs began, there was uncertainty. Just 7 days after Trump first announced his new tariffs last year, he then announced a 90-day pause on their taking effect. He said that was to allow time for negotiations to happen. But according to the Council on Foreign Relations, only 17 trade deals have been made. Dhruva Sood, a sophomore and physics major, believes the tariffs have actually been harmful to the U.S.'s relationships with its allies.
It's deepening trade untrust with people who we were relying on and are still relying on. It's forcing people to trade with adversarial countries, etc.
In February, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Trump had exceeded his authority by imposing the tariffs as an emergency measure. The Trump administration is going to have to pay back nearly $166 billion in wrongly collected fees. In response to the decision, the administration has imposed baseline 10% temporary tariffs, less than the 21% average at the peak of the Trump tariffs, but more than before Liberation Day. What has this meant for students' wallets? Students said they have seen prices increase at the grocery store, but they also acknowledge there are other factors, like general inflation and the impacts of war in Iran. The belief that tariffs are driving up prices is shared by 7 in 10 voters, according to a March poll for The Guardian. Another impact? The uncertainty of the global economic system. That has made Sophie Muncie, a junior international relations major, reconsider what she wants to do after graduation.
I wasn't initially interested in going into economics as a career and trade relations, but I've actually become very passionate about understanding trade relations and possibly research in that area. So that's how it's kind of changed my studies.
What happens next? The current 10% tariffs will last 150 days, but are also the subject of fights in the court. For Annenberg Media, I'm Nicholas Corral.
A USC report done found that California is home to the highest number of unhoused students. Resources to support students facing basic needs insecurities have long been underdeveloped. One nonprofit organization called Jovenis is working to address the issue. Mia Shalenker has the story.
A USC report found that California is home to the highest number of unhoused students. Resources to support students facing basic need insecurities have long been underdeveloped. One nonprofit organization called Jovenis is working to address the issue. Eric Hubbard is the Director of Development and College Success for Jovenis.
Student homelessness itself wasn't something that was really understood and recognized at the college level until, very recently. And so there was no coordination or communication between campuses and the homeless system at large, and students weren't, being able to access safe and stable housing.
Hubbard says it's hard to identify students with these basic needs.
They're going to classes, but they're still having sleeping in their cars. They're still couch surfing, doubled up, and having, just especially in Los Angeles, the inability to focus on both school and having housing stability. To identify students who are experiencing homelessness, it is a challenge, because so many of them just look like every other student on campus. There's not a visible way to identify who that is.
Jovenis began in 1989, and Hubbard says they do see a tremendous impact in the lives of the people they work with across various community colleges in LA County.
We work with over 300 students from our 13 different campuses on an annual basis. And we're really, always impressed and amazed by the resiliency they show, the commitment that they have to their own personal goals, both on campus and off campus, and the way that they're able to juggle all the challenges and overcome it.
And Hubbard hopes they will continue to succeed and be housed long after their college careers.
So that they can, either by the time that they're graduating, move into stable housing for themselves, or during the time that they're in school, continue to work on, their own personal goals so that they can leave homelessness behind for good.
Which would be for the good of all. For Annenberg Media, I'm Mia Schlenker.
For the first time in 54 years, humans will be traveling near the moon in hopes of learning what it may take to one day reach Mars. Carla Cruz has the story.
NASA's 10-day Artemis II mission around the moon will be breaking Earth's orbit today. This will mark the first mission with a crew aboard the Space Launch System and NASA's newest spacecraft, Orion. While the astronauts trek through space, venturing closer to the moon than any human has in 50 years, the mission's research will help establish the groundwork for further space exploration. Overall, the Artemis II mission will provide a glimpse into how deep space travel affects the human mind, body, and behavior. Former NASA astronaut and engineer Jose Hernandez says that the Artemis II mission will also give us an opportunity to examine different aspects of space travel that were limited before.
First of all, this mission allows us to really understand what is going to happen from a short period of weightlessness for the crew, 3 days or so to get to the moon. And then they're down in 1/6 G. Our experience in partial gravity is extremely limited.
Hernandez says that the successes of Artemis II can be a stepping stone for the long-term goal of eventually getting human beings closer to the exploration of Mars. But it is important to take it step by step.
And I've always thought that the next big step for human exploration of deep space would be to go to Mars. But after studying all of the issues, particularly human health and performance, I've come to the conclusion that that is too big a step, too much risk for the human beings. Going to the moon is the next logical step. There's a lot of things we need to learn there about how the human being performs. And of course, there's interesting science that we can do at the moon as well.
On day 6 of Artemis II, the crew aboard will be some of the first to feast their eyes on some areas of the dark side of the moon. After this, Artemis III is planned for 2027 and Artemis IV for 2028.
When you haven't been to a place for 50 years or more, in this case, I think that Artemis II will actually go deeper into space than any of the Apollo missions did. You're wise to do it in an incremental fashion. If you swing for the fences, you might get lucky and hit a home run, but even the best batters only, hit about 300. With people involved, you need to do better than 1 out of 3.
Madhu Tagovailu is a lecturer of astronautical engineering at USC and an expert in complex space project design. He agrees when it comes to the stakes brought by human space activity compared to the usual robotic rover.
In space, in human space activity in particular, you need to be on pins and needles to be able to execute, because things happen. Humans do things that robots don't. And we have to stay alert 125% of the time to keep them happy, productive, and safe.
Tagovailu says that there are many important takeaways from the Artemis missions.
The reason we do this, really, Constanza, is because we want to know the limits of our survivability. We want to do good for the planet. Those people on that spaceship use anywhere between 1 and 10% of what we do use resource-wise on planet Earth right now.
This includes learning more about how to better life on Earth. The crew is set to splash back onto Earth's Pacific Ocean in 9 days off the coast of San Diego, bringing back data that is vital in building towards future lunar surface missions. For Annenberg Media, I'm Carla Cruz.
Hi, I'm Sophia Condon. This is my song called Ladybug. All right.
Time to put on your most comfortable dancing shoes, because our next Live from the Halo performer, singer-songwriter Sophia Condon, is here in the studio.
Woo! Hi, hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
But first, we're going to take an exclusive sneak peek of one of your Live from the Halo songs, Ladybug. Let's take a quick little listen.
There's color in the backyard and picking out the flowers and the weeds. It's too warm for my sweater. We'll get another heat wave in a week. Got me feeling lucky. A ladybug just flew into my hand. Blowing on an eyelash, wishing I could stay right where I am.
That right there was Ladybug by Sophia Condon. So can you tell us a little bit about this song?
Yes, I wrote this song with Sawyer Rabin, who I believe was on your show before.
Yes.
We wrote it about a year ago, and it was just a really beautiful day that day, and I think we just wanted to write something that was pretty. And yeah, it was just written with guitar and vocals, and it's kind of stayed that way for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like it. I think it's a little bit different than what I will usually play or write, but I think it's a very gorgeous song.
I think it's a very pretty song, too.
Yeah. And what are some of your biggest musical inspirations?
That question is really hard for me because I feel like it changes based on the day, but I'll give you just like a few. I love Ariana Grande. I think her voice is stellar. She's like was my middle school pop girl obsession. I really also love like Fiona Apple and those kind of like 90s like indie girl artists. And I love classic like Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin type musicians because their music I feel like is so informative and just so fantastic. But yeah, That's a few.
That's a few.
That's a few. There's
Out
more.
of many.
There's more. There's more.
And I know before you said you're a junior. I'm also a junior. And I know next year it's senior year, baby. So what do you hope to learn most about yourself in your final year at USC in the pop music performance major?
Yeah, I think I want to just keep writing music and kind of focus on doing that a little bit by myself, because I've worked a lot with writing with other people at USC, which is great. And I learn a lot from that, but I think I haven't really explored just like what comes out of me by myself. So I want to just do that more, and I'm doing it right now, but I want to figure it out more. Yeah.
And your song and music video for Intro has been out for almost a year now?
Yes.
Looking back, how would you describe your experience making this dreamlike music video? And was it the first you ever shot?
Yes.
Ooh.
Was the first music video ever done. That was really fun. Yeah, it was made like pretty DIY. It was actually for a class at USC.
Oh,
they have
awesome.
a DIY music video class. I wasn't in it, but
My friend did that class.
yeah, no, it's super cool. But yeah, they just asked me, they were like, can we do this song? The person I actually wrote and produced the song with was in the class, and he directed it, the music video as well. Yeah, it was so fun. I got to like dance a little bit in it, which is cool because I also grew up dancing. And yeah, I loved the process. So fun.
That's awesome. And to talk more about your song Grace now, can you tell us a little bit more about what the song is about? And I just want to hear about it, because just like based off the song, it just sounds like you're tired of this person you're singing about. So can you tell us about this person?
You know, this song is actually about one of my an ex-friend.
Oh.
Yes, I know. It kind of is a little deceiving, but we were good friends for, I guess, a year. And she did me dirty. She just said some things about me that I wasn't comfortable having out there.
Yeah.
And I wrote it, and the song is her name.
So she knows.
So she knows.
It's been a little controversial.
The beef is out in the open,
but like
though.
only to my family. They're like
This
always
is
asking
for
me. They're like,
Grace.
"Are you gonna really keep that name?" And I said yes. So
you know what? Yeah.
I honestly I've moved on, but I just like the song, so I have it now.
I think the song is very, very catchy, and I
you.
think our listeners are going to like it too. So let's take a listen to Grace by Sophia Condon.
Yay.
Hi, my name is Sophia Condon. I'm from Connecticut. I'm a pop music major here at USC, and this is my song called Grace. Drag me out this place, downtown, where they're turning the music up too loud. All the grace that you had is used up now, and I'm getting bored. Early summer, the air's getting heavy. Turn around and I finally can't see you're making out with some guy from Wall Street, and I'm getting bored. Now I don't wanna humor this behavior. You're waking up and asking for a savior. I know I'll probably run into you later, but I don't have to see you. I don't owe you a place in my life. I can't teach you what's wrong and what's right. It's in my best interest to leave you behind. Now I hope you wake up and realize does that apology make you feel better? You said you're crumbling under the pressure. I don't really want to hear your excuses. You're losing yourself and you need to go get her. This will never feel like it once did. We talk like the conversation
Tell us
is scripted. Hanging on by a thread, but you
Oh, and that was Grace by Sophia Condon. Sophia, can you tell us where our viewers our listeners can listen to you and find your music?
You can listen to me on all streaming platforms. Just my name, Sophia Condon. If you're confused about the spelling, it's probably somewhere on this video or whatever. And my TikTok, Instagram, all my socials are Sophia Jane Condon.
Awesome.
Same name.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And that's all we have for on today's episode of From Where We Are. Daishlyn Satcher executive produced today's show. David Sosa and Carla Cruz produced today's show.
Our audio director is Leslie Berenstein Rojas. Kayla Shu is our live stream manager, and Derek Renfro composed our theme music. We had help from Luke Merrill, Taylor Jenkins, and Logan Agai.
Thank you so much for joining us this week for our Annenberg Radio News Show. Subscribe to From Where We Are, wherever you're listening right now, and follow us on Instagram at Annenberg Radio. I'm Liam Wadey.
And I'm Sophia Ainsworth. From all of us at Annenberg Radio, wherever you are, we hope you'll join us again next week for
From Where We Are.